Sabhaye Namaha. We always praise the science and technology, inventions or discoveries or development made by the present foreigners. But it is unfortunate we are not known each and every Shastra in the world, in the universe, was the root cause of founders from our India. You take any kind of Shastra, any kind of science and technology from Vedic period, we Indians are founders to the universe because we got such a power not because of our own efforts, because of the power of the ancient saints and sages like Vyasa, Valmiki, etc. people. We have to thank them for each and every aspects of introducing science and technology in advance in the Vedic period itself, especially Rigveda period, that unfortunately we people did not bring to the notice of the present generations. The present generation always think of the recent scientists like Albert Einstein, Graham Bell, Wright brothers who found aeroplane, etc. But we should teach the present generation to follow to the future generation about our ancestors who brought to the limelight of all Shastras, including science and technology. All the advanced science and technology were introduced from Indian sages. Even we people are aware of atomic energy nowadays. All the other developed countries are discussing more about the atomic energy and its implementation, which causes destruction of the world and etc. instead of utilizing into the proper way. But what I want to tell you is atomic theory is not the wealth of the foreigners, asset of the foreigners. It is the asset of the Indians. Especially the father of atomic theory was called Kanada, the sage Kanada Maharshi. He was the root cause of bringing out the entire science and technology in the form of atomic theory. We should thank him well because Kanada not only mentioned atomic theory, even natural phenomena such as the falling of objects to the ground also brought by him into the limelight of the world. So each and every part of the bit of the physics, especially we can get from our ancestors like Kanada, etc. Kanada, the sage, founder of Vaiseshika Dharma, Vaiseshika Mata. In that he mentioned lots of theories which are interrelated to the science and technology. My prime intention to you and all through these types of videos to bring our ancestors who were the root cause of each and every Shastra, science and technology, to the world and to the limelight. That's why today I choose the sage Kanada, who is the father of atomic theory, and what are the utilities he expressed from atomic theory and other scientific reasons and physical theories and the elements of physics, each and every aspect of the science were formerly found by this sage Kanada. That's what we have to know, and after listening, after understanding the worth of Saint Kanada, we have to tell the present and future generation. It's not only my intention. Through this video, I plead each and everyone to enlighten it to the forthcoming generation, that means upcoming generation. They should not forget the efforts and strain and the pain of the ancient sages. Okay, now start with the prayer. Jnananandamayam devam nirmala spatikakritim adharam sarva vidyanam hayagrivam upasmahe. The history of the 20th century would be completely different without atomic energy or atomic theory. Today, almost all educational programs around the world are taught that the English physicist and chemist John Dalton, who belonged to 1766 and 1844, was the first to develop the theory of atom, an indivisible particle from which all matter is made. But evidence suggests that an Indian sage and philosopher who lived 6th century before Christ was the first to speak of this primal particle. He was known as Acharya Kanada, meaning the master of small things. He is known to have been the son of the sage named Ulka, and his name was formerly as Kashyapa. As a child, he accompanied his father on a pilgrimage to the city of Prayagraj. Along the way, he noticed the grains of rice and bits of flowers dropped by pilgrims on the ground near the temples along the banks of Ganga river. He began collecting these grains and rice, and when asked why, he explained that just as a collection of rice grains could become a person's food, still more could feed the entire world. Thus he said, a grain of rice is as valuable as any other wealth in the world. After that, people started calling him Kanad. In Sanskrit, Kana means the smallest particle. The child who collected grains of rice dedicated to the theorizing and philosophizing about this invisible world and the smallest, most invisible particles. Gradually, he began teaching his theories and won the title of Acharya, meaning master. He is believed to have been one of the earliest theorists of the atom, having spoken millennia before Dalton about these smallest particles making up matter. The theory of the atom is said to have reached the Hindu sage one day while walking and carrying his food, dividing the food into ever smaller pieces in his hands. Eventually, he could not divide into pieces any smaller. It was then he imagined the possibility of a particle that was indivisible and invisible to the human eye. He called it Anu, which means literally an atom. His primary area of study was Rasavadam, considered to be a type of alchemy. He is said to have believed that all living beings are composed of 5 elements. What are the 5 elements? That is called Panchabhutas: water, fire, earth, air and sky. Vegetables have only water. Insects have water and fire. Birds have water, fire, earth and air. And humans, the top of the creation, have a third sense of discrimination. time, space and mind are one. He theorized the Gurutva, Hindi Sanskrit for gravity, was responsible for the falling of the objects on the earth, meaning ground. Thus, he was the first person to identify and describe gravity much ahead of Newton. Unfortunately, we are highlighting Newton instead of sage Kanada. After Prasnopanishad described it around 6000 BC. Especially, let us see the literature of Vaiseshika. The earliest systematic exposition of the Vaiseshika is found in the Vaiseshika Sutra of Kanada for Kana Bhaksha. This treatise is divided into on the 10 books. The 2 commentaries on Vaiseshika Sutra, Ravana Bhashyam and Bharadwaja Vritti, are no more extant. Prashasta Padas Padartha Dharma Sangraha in the next important work of his school. Though commonly known as Bhashya of Vaiseshika Sutra, this treatise is basically an independent work of this subject. The next Vaiseshika treatise, Chandra's Padartha Shastra, based on Prashasta Padas treatise, is available only Chinese translation. The earliest commentary available on Prashasta Padas treatise, Vyoma Sivas Vyomavati. The other 3 commentaries are Sridhara's Nyaya Kandali, Udayana's Kiranavali and Srivatsa's Leelavati. Sivaditya Sapta Padarthi, which also belongs to the same period, presents the Nyaya and the Vaiseshika principles as a part of one whole. Shankara Mishra's Upaskara on Vaiseshika Sutra is also an important work. 3 Vaiseshika Sutras proposed 1800 years before Newton's 3 laws of motion. Vegaha nimitta visheshat karmano jayate. Kanada Sutra, Vaiseshika Sutra. Change of motion is due to impressed force, the meaning of the line. The law stated that an object at rest tends to stay at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion with the same speed and in the same direction of the force. Vegaha nimittapekshat karmano jayate niyatadika kriya prabandha hetu. Change of motion is proportional to the impressed force and is the direction of the force. Vegaha samyoga vishesha virodhi. Another sutra. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. The categories of Padartha, elements. According to the Vaiseshika school, all things which exist, which can be cognized and which can be named as Padarthas, the objects of experience. All objects of experience can be classified into 6 categories. They are called Dravya, means substance, Guna, quality, Karma, activity, Samanya, generally, Vishesha, particularly, and Samavaya, inherence. Later, Vaiseshikas, mean Sridhara, Udayana and Shivaditya, added one more category, Abhava, mean non-existence. The first 3 categories are defined as Artha, which can perceived, and they really object to existence. The last 3 categories are defined as Buddhyapeksham, and means product of intellectual discrimination. Buddhi apeksham, Buddhyapeksham. Now let us discuss 6 categories one by one. First, Dravya means substance. The substances are conceived as 9 in number. What are they? 1. Prithvi, earth, apa, water, teja, fire, vayu, air, akasha, ether, means sky, kala, time, dik, space, atman, self, and manas, mind. The first five are called bhutas, mean elements. The substance having some specific qualities so that they could be perceived by one or the other external senses. Now, guna mean quality. The Vaiseshika Sutra mentions 17 gunas, mean qualities, to which Prasastapada added another 7. While a substance is capable of existing independently by itself, a guna, mean quality, cannot exist so. The original 17 gunas, mean qualities, are Rupa, mean color, Rasa, taste, Gandha, smell, Sparsha, touch, Sankhya, number, Parimana, size, dimension, quantity, etc. Prutaktva, individuality, Samyoga, conjunction or accomplishments, Vibhaga, disjunction, Paratva, priority, Aparatva, posteriority, Buddhi, knowledge, Sukha, pleasure, Dukkha, pain, Ichha, desire, Dvesha, aversion, and Prayatna, effort. To these, Prasastapada added Gurutva, heaviness, Dravatva, fluidity, Sneha, viscosity, Dharma, merit, Adharma, demerit, Shabda, sound, and Sankarsha, faculty. Third, karma, mean activity. The karmas, mean activities like gunas, mean qualities, have no separate existence. They belong to the substances. But while a quality is a permanent feature of substance, as activity is a transient one. Akasha means sky, kala, time, the space, and Atman self through substance are divided of karma. Fourth, samanya means generality. Since there are plurality of substances, there will be relations among them. When a property is found common to many substances, it is called samanya, vishesha, particularity. By means of vishesha, we are able to perceive substances as different from one another. As the ultimate atoms are innumerable, so are the visheshas. Sixth one, samavaya, inherence. Kanada defined samavayas as the relation between the cause and the effect. Prasastapada defined it as the relationship existing between the substances that are inseparable, standing to one another in the relation of the container and the contained. The relation of samavaya is not perceived but only inferable from the inseparable connection of the substances. Now, let us see atomic theory. An interesting story states that this theory occurred to him while he was walking with food in his hand. As he nibbled the food in his hand, throwing away the small particles, it occurred to him that he could not divide the food into further parts, and thus idea of a matter which cannot be divided further came into existence. He called that invisible matter, mean Anu, is an atom. He also stated that Anu can have two states, absolute rest and a state of motion. Maharishi Kanada is introducer of atomic theory because he was an ancient Indian scientist, sage and philosopher who founded the philosophical school of Vaiseshika and authored the text Vaiseshika Sutras or aphorisms. He pioneered atomic theory, described dimension motion, chemical reaction of atoms. Vaiseshika Sutras are a blend of science, philosophy and religion. The essence of these sutras is the atomic theory of matter. Kanada, the scientist, identified different or a variety of paramanus. He said that each paramanu has a specific property which is same as class of substance to which it belongs to. This peculiar property has made to be called Vaiseshika Sutra. Paramanu or atom belonging to the different classes of substances could also combine in large numbers because of the peculiarity or speciality of Paramanu. All things seen in the world are formed, he said. Heat is the root cause for a change. When you heat a substance, there will be a change. Due to the heat, mango ripens. Due to heat, earthen pot blackens. Due to heat, water boils. So, Kanada claimed that heat was responsible for any change. It's a simple logic. Such a study in philosophy generally falls under the subdiscipline of metaphysics. In fact, any standard textbook in Indian philosophy would treat these topics of Vaiseshika under the heading of metaphysics. The Vaiseshika metaphysics recognize 7 categories, and Dravya, substance itself, is one of them. Substances further came under 2 heads, the eternal and the non-eternal. There are 9 kinds of eternal substance: so Prithvi, Apa, Teja, Vayu, Akasa, Kala, Dik, Atma and Manas. These eternal substances are not day-to-day concrete objects that can be encountered. It can be vanished. Earth, water, fire and air can be considered to be principles or essence that can't be experienced, and it is only these 4 eternal substances that contain atoms. The atomic theory in science is considered to have originated with John Dalton, the English physicist and chemist. Though the early Greek philosophers did posit atoms in their philosophies, one never considers them to be scientific. One of the arguments that could be given by the advocates of the so-called Kanada's atomic theory is that Dalton's theory was rejected by the evolving standards of scientific investigation. In its essence, science has to be empirical. Kanada's atomic doctrine is not. Physics is eternal or central to Kanada's assertion that all that is knowable is based on motion. He is ascribing centrality on physics in the understanding of the universe also follows from his invariance principles. For example, he says that the atom must be spherical since it should be the same in all dimensions. He asserts that the substances are composed of 4 types of atoms, 2 of which have mass and the 2 are massless. Kanada presents his work within a larger moral framework by defining dharma as that which brings about material progress and highest good. He follows this sutra with another that asserts that the Vedas have gained respect because they teach such a dharma. And something is not a dharma simply because it is in the Vedas. Kanada makes empirical observations such as rising towards of fire, magnetic movements, rain and thunder, the growth grass, and offers naturalistic explanations to them in his text Vaiseshika Sutra. Kanada and early Vaiseshika scholars focused on the evolution of the universal by law. However, this was not unusual for his times, since several major early versions of Hindu philosophies such as Sankhya, Nyaya, Mimamsa, along with sub-schools of Yoga and Vedanta, as well as non-Vedic schools such as Jainism and Buddhism, were similarly non-theistic. Kanada was among the sages of India who believed in man's potential to understand existence and reach moksha on his own without God, a notion of ancient Indians summarized by Nietzsche as the belief that with piety and knowledge of the Veda, nothing is impossible. Let us see, the texts are stating as, what are the prime theories of his is, number 1, there are 9 constituents of realities, 4 classes of atoms, earth, water, light and space, time, direction, infinity, souls and mind. Another, every object of creation is made of atoms, mean Pramanu, which in turn connect with each other to form molecules, mean Anu. Atoms are eternal and their combinations constitute the empirical material world. Another, individuals use an eternal and pervade material body for a time. There are 6 categories, means Padartha of experience, substance, quality, activity, generality, particularity and inherence. Several traits of substances, mean Dravya, are given as color, taste, smell, touch, number, size, the separate, coupling and uncoupling, priority and posterity, comprehension, pleasure and pain, attraction and revulsion and wishes. Thus, the idea of subdivision is carried further to analytical categories as well, which explains its affinity with Nyaya. Apart from this, Kanada might have already presented the some laws of motion attributed to Newton as part of the Vaiseshika Sutras. Let us see some sutras. Vegaha nimitta visheshat karmano jayate. Vegaha nimitta apekshat karmano jayate. Niyatadika kriya prabandha hetuhu. Vegaha samyoga vishesha virodhi. These are some sutras of Vaiseshika of Kanada, meaning action on objects, generations, motion. The external action being direction causes the motion to be directional. An equal and opposite action can neutralize the motion. Kanada proposes that Paramanu is an indestructible particle of matter. The atom is indivisible because it is a state of which no measurement can be attributed. He used invariance arguments to determine properties of the atoms. He also stated that Anu can have 2 states, absolute rest and a state of motion. Kanada postulated 4 different kinds of atoms, 2 with mass and 2 without mass. Each substance is supposed to consist of all the 4 atoms. Now, let us see an explanation of Dharma. The means to prosperity and salvation is Dharma. The philosophy in Vaiseshika Sutra is atomistic pluralism. Its ideas are known for its contributions to inductive inference. And often coupled with the deductive logic of the sister school of Hinduism called the Nyaya. James Thrower and others call Vaiseshika philosophy to be naturalism, one that rejects a supernatural. There are 9 constituents of realities, 4 classes of atoms, space, time, direction, Atman and mind. Individual souls are eternal and pervade material body for a time. Another concept. Several traits of substances are given as color, taste, touch, smell, number, size, separate, coupling and uncoupling, priority and posterity, comprehension, pleasure and pain, attraction, revulsion and wishes. While many foundational texts of classical schools of Hindu philosophy, God is not mentioned in the sutra to his theory and importance of measurement. Kanada dwells on nature of cognition and reality, arguing that cognition is a function of the object and subject. Some sutras are unclear, such as one on Artha, which Kanada states is applicable only to substance, quality and action per his chapter 1. Kanada discusses epistemology, particularly the nature of perception, inference and human reasoning process. Human reasoning process. Thus, we are worthwhile to have Kanada, who mentioned various natural phenomena such as the falling of objects to ground. He states his premises about Atman and validity. So we are really fortunate because we have Kanada, who was born in India and brought pride to our nation. Let us salute to him. श्रीकांताय कल्याण निधे निधेद्राम श्री वेंकटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मंगलम मंगला शासनप्रैर्मदाचार्य पुरोगमैः सर्वैश्च पूर्वैराचार्यै सत्कृतायास्तु मंगलम्।